So, yes, please come and join us on the chairs. Join me on the chairs, and I shall introduce our fellow panelists to answer the question, how can industrial development zones supercharge the green energy transition in Asia? So please welcome back to the stage Mr. Yuechun. Hi. And Ms. Danny Chan from RE100 member Jinko Solar. So I'll give some brief words to introduce the topic today. Industrial development zones, or IDZs, have long been hubs of innovation, attracting the world's leading companies and billions of dollars worth of investment. And as Asia continues to expand its climate leadership, IDZs are at the forefront of the green energy transition. In China alone, IDZs contribute 22% of GDP and represent an important community of industrial leaders looking to decarbonize and embrace renewable electricity. So consequently, IDZs have considerable potential to scale up renewables adoption, attract green investment, and pioneer cutting-edge clean technologies and practices across the region. So given this trend, we are honored to have gathered leading policymakers, pioneering industrial zones, and front-runner enterprises today to discuss how IDZs can serve as catalysts for a more sustainable industrial future in Asia. So my first question is to Mr. Yi. And I'm going to put my headset on so I can understand unfortunately, my school was not foresighted enough to teach Mandarin. Chinese industrial development zones play a vital role in reform, opening up economic development. How can they help China achieve its 2030, 2060 dual carbon goals?
好的，我跟大家分享一下中国在工业园区在中国的改革开放和经济发展中所起的作用，以及在30、60的这个低碳发展过程中呢，能够起到什么作用，做一个分享。一个来讲的话，这是工业园区，确实在中国的改革开放和社会经济发展过程中起到了积极的促进作用。一个方面来讲，是我们中国经济的这个发展的主战场。以那个2023年为例的话，中国工业园区只占到国土面积不到3%，但是贡献了10%的 GDP 和这个财政收入。因此，很多地方都把它作为今后未来经济发展的一个主战场。第二个来讲的话，也是中国的相关的社会制度改革开放的试验田，就是我们有很多体制、很多机制好的话，都是通过工业园区进行先行示范，在这个体检、审批、负面清单等等这些方面取得经验以后，在其他地区进行推广。第三个来讲的话，也是我们的新技术的这个试验地和创新示范区，就是我们很多的新的技术，由于成本比较高来讲的话，经济这个不是很理想，但是通过开发区，我们先行先试示范，然后在这其他地方做成熟了以后来推广。第四个来讲的话，也是我们下步绿色发展的这个示范区，因为中国来讲的话，既要考虑经济发展，又考虑安全，还要考虑可持续发展。在这里面来讲的话，在这个工业园区先试行绿色电力消费，先试行这个绿色发展，可以取得经验以后，在全国其他地方进行发展。我想因此的话，在无论是以前改革开放，还是在未来经济发展过程中，工业园区都将起到积极的举足轻重的作用。另外一个方面来讲，就是结合今天这个主题，既然工业园区有这么大的作用，回过头来在30、60发展的征程中又能起到什么样的作用？简单的说，可能也是能够起到一个比较好的先行的示范的作用。几个方面，第一个来讲的话，在功能体系上，可以在工业园区先行改善能源结构， 通过自己发展分布式能源等等多种方式，能够解决提高自己的这个用能的这个解决方式，同时通过循环利用的方式对工业余热余气再利用，提高这个能源的这个效率，这是一个方面。第二个方面来讲的话，在未来经济发展过程中，可以在产业结构上起到一个先行示范的作用，就是把高耗能的这种以前来讲经济产值比较高，但是回过头来耗能也比较大的产业，通过这个示范区未来的绿色发展，通过环保和绿色双碳的倒逼的机制，让他们进行技术改造，或者说才用新的技术来替代。我们来讲的话，就是说在取得经验以后再来推广。第三个方面来讲的话，在技术引进方面来讲，工业园区把以前传统的产业，未来来讲可能像新能源来讲的话，像这个低碳的起到技术的这个发展，数字技术等等这方面。最后还有一个的话，就是在体制机制上来讲，我们在发展在追求 GDP 的同时，未来来讲的话，建设美丽中国来讲，建设这个双碳，建立一个绿色评价体系上，在工业园区也可以进行先行示范，就是通过能耗的控制，通过绿色的消费来取得一些经验以后，我想从这几个方面吧，先行示范取得经验，在其他地方进行这个复制和推广。我想这是一个经济作用比较大。第二个的话来讲的话，通过先行实验室以后，对未来中国的3060的这个双碳目标的实现，将起到很好的一个示范作用。谢谢。
Thank you very much, Mr. Yi. And the next question is Mr. Lee. Nova Complex has been a pioneer in driving innovation around IDZs and particularly around green development. Mr. Yi has set the challenge of this is the potential of IDZs. How are the IDZs responding to that challenge and responding to their potential to lead the green transition in terms of bringing green investment and being leaders in renewable innovation? If you could give some more flavor of how IDZs are responding to that challenge.
Okay. So in the while we're trying to solve this challenge through the business model that I shared earlier during the speech, which is more on the Power Campus model. So with the Power Campus model, we target to serve large technology giants at the global level. First of all, we are doing modular developments. We are integrating, we are delivering all the land, water resources, energy, parallel together with prefabrication of our data center models. So I think this is the first one that we are using. The second part is we are integrating energy portion to our Power Campus together with our data center. So on this portion, we are bringing solar, wind, hydro, and together with extended storage system to power our data center and other facilities with renewable energy to bring in carbon neutral initiatives. And the last part is on the site selection management. So we secure or start to develop some of the sites ahead of time to more of a land banking, so that together with our needs of clients, we are able to support them at the global scale. So they don't have to go through multiple vendors. We are able to bring in them a very standard process, a standard operation, and also standard establishment to support their global needs on different locations. So I think the Power Campus model is not just a concept or a framework. It's actually a blueprint for global data center supply to our tech giants.
It's a real standardization of the renewable model, but also tangible investments to make that happen.
At the same time, I think we are also leveraging some of the strong manufacturing capabilities in this region. I think you might know, I think the photovoltaic supplies in this part of the world, in terms of cost, has been reduced over time. And then we are able to bring those standard way of assembly and manufacturing within this part of the world and bring it to the rest part of the world.
Great. Thank you very much. Next question to Ms. Chen. Jinko Solar. So Jinko Solar is, a key member of RE100, and at the other end of this, the active end of the IDZ question of, as a user of renewable electricity, and I'd like to ask a question around your experience of how the landscape is changing, with the new GEC acceptance by RE100 and the collaboration between CRE and the climate group, how do you see the policy shifts that are happening influencing the renewable energy landscape within IDZs? And how is that affecting your ability to achieve your renewable electricity goals?
First of all, thank you for having me here. And each time I attend this kind of the climate-related event, that I was puzzled because there are no Chinese. You know that China is not only the largest manufacturing center of renewables, but also the largest consuming market of renewables. While we are not part of the conversation, that's why this time Mr. Yi and I am here. We want our voice to be heard. And I think that the world's most super intelligent and smartest people are working on two things. One is technology. The other is policy making. Because technology, especially the transformational technology like solar, to help to solve the world's hardest problem like solar to address the climate change. And so technology is a productivity, while the policy is the same. Policy is also the productivity. It's a turbo, it's a catalyst to accelerate the rate and the pace of what things will happen as we expected. That's why this time the cooperation between the CREI and the climate group upon the mutual recognition of the green electricity certificate, I think it's a good example. And it will accelerate, it will facilitate the IDZ's energy transition in terms of increasing the renewables percentage of the local energy mix, increasing the adoption and the usage of the renewables, and changing the company's business, the power consuming habits, and providing the more access to green power. So particularly, it will, to a great extent, it will encourage and increase the willingness of the companies, like Jing Solar, RE100 members, as well as our partners across the whole supply chain and the other business in general, to purchase more green certificate and to use more the renewables as much as possible. So I think this cooperation will play a big impact upon the IDC's energy transition.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Question for Mr. Yi. So at present, China's energy policy is quite comprehensive. So how do you see the green certificate being used to really accelerate renewables adoption in IDZs?
好的，借这个机会吧，也跟大家再分享一下下一步总院这边怎么样利用绿证呢，推进工业园区的这个绿色转型。我想几个方面，第一个来讲的话，下一步中国政府将对这个工业园区会提出进一步加强绿色消费的这个要求。通过绿证来讲的话，一个方面对重点的用能的企业，包括目前的钢铁、有色包括今天大家分享的今后的数据中心呢，可能会要提高进一步的这个利用绿色电力消费。第二个来讲的话，就是鼓励有条件的地区，比如说一些绿色工厂、工业园区，100%实现可再生能源的消费，这样的话就来讲做好示范。第二个方面来讲的话，就是中国也跟国际上一起，通过各种方式从技术层面上去实现工业园区能够高比例的消费可再生能源。这里面有几个途径，一个来讲的话，就是 发展这个节能和提高能效的这个技术，用更少的能源消费来产生更好的经济利益，这是一个方面。第二个方面来讲的话，在功能方面，工业园区可以通过多种途径，比如说发展分布式能源等等，在功能端自给自足的，能够提高这个用能的这个方面的这个供给。第三个方面来讲的话，我们也在研究互联互通，打通这个相互的隔桥售电，就是通过直接供电的这个方式为园区提供绿色电力。另外一个来讲的话，就是我们跟阿比以北建立这个互认，通过绿证这种方式，就是他购买绿证来声明绿色消费，这样的话提高这个园区的绿色的消费的情况。我想这是第二个层面跟大家来分享一下，就是下步的话是更进一步的提高这个园区的绿色消费。基于这两个大的方面来看，未来工业园区绿色消费会有更好的发展前景。水电总院在这方面来讲的话，通过绿证能做些什么工作？就基于这个大的背景下的话，我想有几个方面。第一个来讲的话，我们跟国际相关机构加强交流与合作，不断的完善中国的可再生能源发展技术，包括绿证的相关的标准和要求，让绿证能得到国际国内的认可，为我们前面谈的这些技术，无论是生产、流通还是购买各个环节提供环境属性证明的时候，提高绿证的这个唯一性和权威性，做好这个技术的支撑服务。第二个方面来讲的话，水电总院也建设和运营了中国的绿色证书的一个交易平台。通过这个交易平台，了解到我们有哪些企业都有产生了绿证，有哪些园区需要消费绿证，建立一个沟通平台以后，做好这个绿证的这个流通的这个服务和工作。第三个方面来讲的话，就是加强互联互通，就是通过我们直连绿证这个方式，为工业园区有条件地区建立更广泛的解决绿色方案。我想后面的一些工作，我们还需要跟国际相关机构我们的包括国内的这些机构加强交流与合作，共同的通过绿证的方式实现中国的这个绿色转型、低碳发展。
Thank you very much. And sticking with the internationalization theme, Mr. Li, Nova has some strong green infrastructure solutions within China. How internationalizable are those? How scalable are those models? The demand for green products and the demand for supply economies to decarbonize is incredibly strong. How can the models you're developing in China be expanded and help other nations?
Thanks for the question. And I think thanks for Mr. Yi to share some of the trends that are going on in China as well, which we are very much adhere to. So I think first of all, the very foundation of Nova in terms of our principle is on green development. So even though our team has 20 years of development experience, but for this organization that we are all coming together to build, I think in terms of neutral, inclusive, and sustainable remain the core principle that we want to build this operation on. So this is the number one core for us to go global with the same principle. The second one, I think we are very active in terms of promoting international carbon credit mutual recognition. Some of our data center has already obtained green certificates in different parts of the world. And with that, I think we want to continue to promote this mutual recognition so that the effort will provide very critical support to scale our power campus model, not in one or two locations, but globally. And the third one is on global supply chain capabilities. I think, again, on leveraging our Asia's top equipment manufacturing capabilities and also the logistic infrastructure, I think we are able to accelerate campus construction and reduce deployment costs and also time to market. And last but not least, I think it's always on innovation of green finance capabilities. I think through global green certificates and carbon recognition mechanism, I think we are promoting global green credit rating, I think for operation entities and enable cross-border circulation of carbon assets. So in general, I think Nova try to achieve this green transformation at the global level by embedding sustainability into every layer of our infrastructure.
Thank you very much. I'm getting the signal from the side that our time is up, but I'm going to ask a very, very quick question to Ms. Chan. Because I want to ask us, what's the role of solar? And what's the role of solar in achieving these transformations? And what advice would you give to both the regulators and to users of solar to help optimize their use and maximize the use of solar in achieving China's transformation and the transformation of IDZs?
So I just give you a quick example of ourselves. Know that JinkoSolar, as the world's largest solar module producers, we have delivered over 350 gigawatt solar panels, and among which 40% goes to the C&I application sector, commercial and industries, and the majority of the panels are installed in IDZs. And we ourselves, as the IE100 members, our IE percentage is starting from the 18% in 2019 to the 49% last year. So all of our factories are located in the IDZs. So we are a good example how the developments, how the solar plays the role in the IDZs energy transition. And as I said, the solar is one of the most transformational technology of the last few years. So today, solar is not only the cleanest, but also the cheapest, the most affordable and accessible energy source. So, but put aside the economic sense, the most interesting part of solar is because it's uniquely, highly distributable, decentralized, and no requirement or no barriers of location. And it's highly flexible in terms of the investment scale, large size, medium, or small size, it's okay. And it's inflexible in terms of either the public energy and connect to the grid, or it can be very personal energy, self-consuming, self-producing. And it can be standalone or integrate with energy storage or with the other renewables, hydro or wind or hydrogen, or even the building material BIPV. So it's very, very flexible. That's why it's the ideal solution for IDZs. And in terms of, to your question, what's the barriers or the challenges of solar in IDC development? I think first is intermittency, but it can be solved by the integration with energy storage or with the other renewables or with the smart grid or equipped or powered by the AI, etc., this kind of technology. And the second is the constrained space. That in IDCs, most companies, including JinkoSolar, we are very struggled with how to complement the raster. We are far away from our goal. The reason is even you maximize the utilization of your rooftop, it's still not enough to produce enough power to satisfy your operation needs. This is the problem and the bottleneck. So we need some kind of other approaches or method like green certificate, green electricity certificate as complement to help us to meet our climate goals. So, but this process and the method should be recognized or should be acknowledged by the international organizations like IE100, like Climate Group, or this kind of organizations. So standardize this process, I think, is very important.
Thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of our panel. And I'd like to thank you and all of our panelists for your really valuable insights. It's been great to bring those insights from China, a powerhouse of the renewable energy transition, to this panel. So thank you very much. So if you'd like to thank the panelists and all the speakers from this morning, we now have a short break that runs till 12:15. Please could you leave all your translation headsets in the room, and if you're wearing a microphone, apparently it's very bad to put the speakers right next to your microphone because it feeds back, as I found out today. Sorry about that. So short break until 12:15. Leave your headsets in the room, and you can collect them when you come back. So please feel free to join us outside for refreshments. Thank you very much.